crew. YouTube's playing up. So just as a collective, and America and Europe and across Asia, we can actually discuss and talk about it. So this will be having spoilers, things like that. So really, the discussion is really with you guys, and we can just sort of like talk through it. You can bring up a topic of about Mandalorian, and where we go from there. First thing I really enjoy is actually physically looking at the Easter eggs in it. There's hundreds, even in this one episode. So, what is really fantastic? Is there any Easter eggs that popped out for you guys? And I'd also like to say a massive thank you to everyone that is joining. Notifications at the top of the page, so it's a bit disrupted. How's it going? Did you enjoy the episode? Uh, Hello, mate. Yeah, it was really good. Is the stream okay? Just trying to get. I keep getting across the top saying that there's a problem with the feed. Oh, okay. It just randomly keep getting this message coming up, but it's fine. Yeah. So yeah, the episode was fantastic in my opinion. It was really good, really well done. The pacing was really well as well, and introduced the new characters really great. And I just think they're doing something well with Star Wars. I think they're wounded themselves and they're kind of getting themselves back. I think, and seem to be running really well. Yeah, I I thought the Mandalorian actually spoke Tuscan better than the actual Tuscans. Like they sounded a little bit like more squeaky voicey than sort of like quite deep. Yeah, it was cool. It looks completely different because they've always sort of said like the Cripe dragons have been extinct for ages. So I'm guessing they're making it not extinct anymore. Like that was, they are always out there and about on Tatooine. But yeah, it was really nice and really cool to actually see what a Cripe dragon looked like. So with actual skin and muscle on it rather than the bones right at the beginning of A New Hope. Yeah, we hope. I'm sure he will. He looked a little bit kind of annoyed though at the end, didn't he? He looked a bit sort of a bit angry. But yeah, I just think the opening was pretty cool. It was nice to see all those new the species, and what other ones we saw out there, the new things as well, those sort of glowing eyes. I watched it again as well, and they look quite see through the actual through the shadows, and having all that graffiti and everything there looked fantastic on the side. The reminiscence of the fall of the Empire, and there was C-3PO's face as well, which I saw the first time around. Yeah, it's actually the actor. He's been in a few things. I find him very comedic in a way. I don't think I can never take him as a serious actor. But he did play Hitman in the last Hitman film that came out quite a few years ago. And he also, I can't remember what it's called, but it was a series on Netflix where his wife was like a zombie. It was quite a good series. He was like a comedic actor in that. He was the husband, and that he really suited. But seeing him in sort of Star Wars, he just, I don't know, kind of reminds me of a bit of a sort of like an American Philip Schofield in a way. Hello, mate. Historical wars. Yeah, no, they didn't get his face right at all. It looks awful. I did put a picture, a couple of pictures up on Instagram, and yeah, just it's not his face at all. He just looks awful. He's got a massive hooked nose and everything. So kind of reminds me of like a Disney villain, from an old Disney film or something like that. But yeah, I mean, with the Mandalorian as well. I did put this on someone else's Instagram as well, and I do really like the music. I do like the music, but I kind of wish it was Star Wars music. And it just, I don't know, it just looks, it just the sound. I just wish there was music as like they do like the Mandalorian kind of music, but that also has reminiscence of the old Star Wars kind of music as well in it, just to bring that atmosphere up. Because sometimes they put that music on, it just doesn't suit the pace of what's happening and stuff. Darth Maul, hello mate. Nice. I'd like to see the toy photography. I would like to take toy photography up, but I just don't get the time or just the resources just to get out there and do it. It's good to see you too, mate. Definitely good to see you. Yeah. Yeah, I was just watching it before I was doing the feed actually, and the bit where he's slowly going through the town on his motorbike or the hover bike, all the people sort of step forward, very kind of western sort of town with just a couple of sort of houses in the middle of nowhere in the sand and stuff like that. So yeah, Tamara Morrison did look old, but I mean, how old is Boba Fett supposed to be in this now? Like, so, yeah, I suppose it should look about 40s. Well, how old was he in Attack of the Clones? 10? Then it's about 4, he's like 14. Um, 34. Yeah, I suppose to be about 44, wasn't he? Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, about 44, 50, yeah. But then, he's pretty scarred up and all that kind of bit. So, how did he get out of the Sarlacc? That's the thing. I did think the armor looked a bit weird because even if it was salvaged straight away from Boba Fett, there was a few modifications to it. I mean, obviously the rocket at the top was painted a different color. There was a sort of like a metal kind of plate across the back of the back plate. So maybe the Jawas fixed it up. Who knows? Yeah, it'd be funny with a little Mandalorian suit for him. I think it just literally a helmet would just cover him completely. Yeah, the Cripe Dragon. Yeah, I mean, it kind of sort of bewildered me at first because I used to play a game called Star Wars Galaxies many years ago, and you had to go off and you could actually kill a Cripe Dragon, but back then it actually looked like a proper dragon because obviously there was no kind of sort of official look of a Cripe Dragon. But the great thing is that to make your lightsaber better, you could actually get a Criped Pel. And when the Tuscan raised it up in the thing, it was just brought back so many memories. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I never played the Knights of the Old Republic. Well, I played the Xbox One, but not the online one. Yeah, I mean, the vintage Razor Crest. It looks pretty cool. Obviously, it's not my cup of tea, but it looks brilliant, and I'm glad that people will be able to get it and stuff. And it looks 10 times better than what the Lego one did. It just looks absolutely awful. Yeah, the dent in the armor did look different as well. Yeah, definitely not my scale. No, well, I haven't backed it, but I doubt if they do a 6-inch size, I'll be looking about $1,000, I think, for that. I hope it's good for the people that are supporting it because sometimes I do feel like Hasbro and their vehicles always look a little bit cheapy. And I mean, I would have thought it would come with a paint job anyway, but I mean, they've just unlocked a paint job for it. I think they're just coming up with ideas to unlock it. And I mean, the sixth one down the line is a paint job. Yeah, the new speed bike. Yeah, I definitely want that. The Mandalorian one. The only one I got is the Bandai one, which is right up on top of my shelf, which is pretty cool. It's a nice looking speeder bike, but the actual Bike Scout figure is. It looks all right. It looks good. When I first got it, I thought it looked really great, but just the joints and all that just looks horrible. Yeah, thanks, more. I'm actually reducing the logo size. I do think it's a little bit too big. That's why I've not actually put out the site address yet to purchase the tops. Yeah, it'd be nice to get a 3D printed one. There'll be no place to put it. I mean, I would love the TIE fighter as well, but I think it's the size of my drawer, so I don't think I would want that, to be honest. Yeah. See, I like the 3.75. I love the collection, and I used to have the old Clone Wars collection, but like repainting these figures and actually bringing them back to life, like I love the 6-inch. Maybe because I'm just older and I can't pose things as good as I could back in the day, so I need things a little bit larger. Well, I hope you do more. Hope you do. Sorry, mate, I've not got I can't translate your bits. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I should be talking about the shirts. Actually, I should be getting them out soon, to be honest. And I've also got all the other designs on there. So I've got the community corner design, and obviously the one you see up behind me. I've got the Droid Factory design on there as well. If you like the 3PO one. Hi TK, mate. Not too bad. How are you? No, across the pond. Yeah. So, what was the first sort of thing out that stuck out as an Easter egg from the Mandalorian? What was the first thing you saw from it? Good. Glad you're doing well, mate. Yeah, they do. I've seen someone online already. They already done the Marshal a custom, which absolutely looks fantastic. Yeah, that's the first thing I saw was the C-3PO graffiti. Yeah, and Zavaro, kind of corporal guy. Yeah, saw him in the crowd. What I noticed today as well when they're walking through the town, there's a woman sort of like fixing a kind of like it looks like a kind of a concrete flatter sort of thing, but she's actually got the goggles and the thing that Princess Leia was using, with the little spanner thing on there. But I'm unsure what the Shadow Beasts things and all that were. They were a bit weird. Well, there is no sequel reference because they deleted it, didn't they? So it's the first time that really has been on screen. Yeah, but it's cool. I like all the sort of like the aliens and all that in it. Yeah, I thought exactly the same, TK. I mean, obviously, I don't know whether he'll go back to that planet or anything. I think it was just an opening kind of thing. But I thought the same thing that was Sabine graffiti and stuff. Yeah, I have pre-ordered the Clone Wave. It's just a case when it arrives. I ordered it from Star Action Figures. There's a lot of people getting their stuff in, and I ordered the whole wave. And I think there's a few problems with the issue of UK Hasbro. They're not sending it all out at once. So I'm going to have to wait, and then I'll bring to them as a review for you. But at the moment, I'm actually just not got anything at the moment. I've just everything's come out, and then nothing's sort of come out for a while. And there's other stuff that I didn't really want, so I've not gone out there and got them. Yeah. Well, have you seen on eBay that the Tuscan Raider, the price has gone up to about 70 quid now? So the old Zavaro, his figure that normally retails about 12 quid is probably going to shoot right up now to about 100 quid just to get hold of him. And do you think we're going to get a Gamma Marine? I can't even say the bloody thing now. Where they're fighting in the ring. We're going to get them in that sort of style now without all the armor. That looked a bit odd though. I wish they kind of wore fat suits rather than blokes with a massive, massive like mask on. It looked a bit awful. Yeah, they did. Hello, mate. You take care. I'll probably only be on for about an hour tonight. Yeah, can't wait for the new episode. Just see where they go. It'd be interesting to see how long he sticks in Tatooine for as well. Which seems, I know it sounds stupid. I think if I lived in Star Wars, I'd love to live in Tatooine as well. But it just seems everything's always situated around that one planet. But I suppose it's the one that holds sort of like the holy ground of Star Wars to make it kind of referenced. Yeah, I think to be honest, they're going to go mental and actually release at least a figure of Mandalorian and Clone Wars with every wave. So far, we've had a clone trooper with every new wave, and it'd be stupid not to release anything from the Mandalorian before it gets out of hand as well. There's pointless releasing Mandalorian figures once a year because there's still loads of figures that we need. We still need a Moff Gideon from Series 1, and we might get him in this one. And by the time he appears in Season 2, he's probably got a different outfit. So it's going to start getting a bit annoying. So they need to get their finger out, Hasbro. Yeah. I think it's going to be actually physically too hot for me out into this year. But yeah, I think it'd be a bit mental. Yeah. Oh, Scarif. Well, of course you want to live on Scarif. Jesus. It's like a nice tropical planet, isn't it? Yeah. The barge droid. Yeah. He's pretty cool with the when they wanted him to stop, I don't know why they just shot him because they could easily just took the little rod thing out of his hand, but hey ho. But yeah, we still got a few droids from that as well. Is it E9V9? I can't remember the Jabba the Palace robot who talks to C3PO and R2D2. Like she was in it as well. So we still need that as a droid and. Yeah, but I love the R5D4. He's come back as well, and for this one, he had us kind of cameo in the first season, and now this one he's back with that crazy lady at the port. But yeah, but I liked it as well. Like he had his jetpack all the way through, and the jetpack scenes with him flying off the other guy, because I thought the other guy was going to be a bit of a prat as he flies off on their thing, but I liked it that he knew how to control it as well. I think it'd still be on Tatooine. It'd be weird that he got the armor. He heard that he was on Tatooine, and then he's going to go off somewhere else because he's got no other leads. So to me, he would still stay on Tatooine. I think we might find some other thing as well. But I kind of like it as well that he actually, Boba Fett fought Luke Skywalker like the Last Jedi. So we've got that kind of reference coming on because obviously he's looking for those mysterious sorcerers known as Jedi. Hello, Tom's Geek. You all right? The Marshal, I think the Marshal was good. As I was saying earlier, I think I have a bit of a problem with the actor. He's a good actor, and everything like that. I just don't think he suits. Kind of takes it away. He's not an actor for the Star Wars universe. And as I was saying, he kind of reminds me of like an Englishman, American Philip Schofield. I've seen him in a few other things. He's just a little bit too comedy for me. Yeah, but I liked it actually that he wasn't like, as I said, like a prat in the Boba Fett armor. Like he actually physically used it really well. I love the concept of the corrupt dragon. I thought that was awesome as well. I love that we've got so many more Tuskens and stuff in it. Maybe a little bit too much Tuskens around the fire, kind of the kind of sort of talk, but yeah, it would have been. Well, I don't know, TK, because I heard that he wasn't he wasn't a Mandalorian, but I guess that's just legends now, and obviously now they're just filtering out new canon, and Jango Fett was Mandalorian. So that make all the clones Mandalorian, which includes Boba Fett. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, he did take the helmet off on Geonosis. You're right. Yeah, I always thought he wasn't. I always thought he stole the armor, and then it was descendant down. But the way that they're talking about it is kind of like Boba is. But then maybe the way it's worked that Django wasn't, and Boba has been accepted by a creed by the time it's gone on. But then I would have thought he would still cover his head, even when he haven't got his armor. And I'm a bit weird how Boba Fett ended up naked without his armor. So once he got out the Sarlacc, all of a sudden he was stripped. He had nothing on. Like I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Like I would have thought he had fought for his armor or ran away with his armor still on, but he just lost it all. So I just don't know with that. No, I can't see Boba Fett teaming up. Not in a million years. And for me, I would say that he would hate the Mandalorian because he's kind of taken over his look, and he's a bounty hunter as well. So, oh, didn't he? So yeah, I'm not 100% sure. But I suppose that's good. I suppose that's good for the fans. Like they're literally telling a whole new story that we personally have no idea about. So, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They got to do a flashback scene how he got out the Sarlacc. But he just seems. I mean, maybe he had to take all his armor off to squeeze out. It just seems a bit weird that he lost all his armor. So yeah, it just seems. Yeah, I just don't know why he lost all his armor. No, I think Boba Fett's always gonna. He's not a sort of like a main protagonist, is he? I think he's pretty cool, but he's never going to steal a show. I don't think. I just don't think. Yeah, he's just got that kind of thing there. And I think, to be honest, the Mandalorian's kind of stealing it for the younger generation. I think it's just the older generation that have a love for the Bob. Well, being tagged by a group of Jawas, just like getting you naked in the Tatooine sun sounds a little bit ominous. But I'd have thought Boba Fett would still have had a bit of fight if he managed to get out of a Sarlacc. Yeah, you are old now, mate. It's just loads of stuff in it, like we got the weekly barman as well, and again we got a new kind of sort of gang, the debt collecting people. So is that another figure? Hopefully we got coming. Yeah, I guess I did. But yeah, what other figures could they make from this first episode? I mean, they could re-release a Tusken with the dog as a sort of one of those larger figures, like the deluxe figures. The Marshal they could bring out as a figure. Yeah, the Gamorrean guard they could bring out. The guy with the one eye, obviously. And I think that's kind of it, really, went it for the show. We got the weekly barman, but I still would love Jabba's weekly guy, to be honest. Yeah, the quiet pal as well. We never know. They might bring out a 6-inch quiet dragon, or not. Have it as a draft excluder across your doors and stuff. Yeah, but saying that, the original Tusken was pretty cool because he had all the different style, the gaffy sticks. He had his gun as well. It was a pretty good figure, to be honest. All right, still cool, mate. Take care. Yeah, I mean they're re-releasing Bob, aren't they? For Return of the Jedi, they're redoing a whole new sculpt and everything for him. So with a firing rocket part as well. So I have the bits there for Marshal, but I'm really hoping that it's not a repainted Boba Fett because he's taller. He is a lot taller guy. You could see it's the armor doesn't fit him properly. Yeah, he was really skinny. Well, I thought Bob, because I know Morrison, he's built, he's quite built, isn't he? But he did look skinny at the end of um, of the episode as well. But, yeah, I mean, I wonder when Ahsoka and all that come into it. I mean, there's so much to look forward to in this season. I can't believe it. Yeah, he's a short side as well. He's kind of like a stocky, and he's like pretty cool. Make a cool Wolverine, to be honest. And whether or not they do team up, I don't know. I mean, I can't see Boba Fett wanting that armor back because he kind of watched the guy drive off from where that guy was, and I'd have thought if he wanted his armor back, I'd have thought he'd have gone in there and just got it. To be honest, yeah, but. And it's also a shame that, to be honest, I don't know. I don't want another Mandalorian figure, but like it'd be nice to have his bike as well to have alongside up here because like, the speeder bikes they can do for these guys, but I just don't want another Mandalorian figure. I'm actually going to miss the deluxe Mandalorian. I'm not interested in it. I don't care. His face sculpt looks rubbish. The extra bits you get with it, just don't care. And the little baby Yoda, I wish he was laying down. Like it's another static Yoda, just kind of his arm out. And you see, you can't even put him in the actual crib itself, which seems a bit weird. Yeah. The old, yeah. I mean, I got the little baby Yoda. I mean, they re-released it as well, didn't they? Had a bit of a different color, but also there's a baby Yoda coming out in the Mandalorian biker scout set as well. But I don't know whether he's stuck inside the bag, and that's how he is. So I'm not 100% sure on that one because they just seem very static. The new ones, they don't have any kind of. Well, I can't see any joints in them anyway. Yeah, yeah, and the container, yeah. Like just the actual main thing, which is where you can actually store all those credit things, would be nice. So they're not all just scattered around. But yeah, just I think I would I rather it without a baby Yoda, maybe. To be honest, yeah, I reckon it's stuck in the bag as well. Yeah, I don't know. I still hold like with the vintage collection. I'm not a 3.75 guy, but I do feel like it's more of a collective thing than the Black Series, and the Black Series is more mainstream. So the vintage collection is very much for collectors in that kind of way. I think these guys are getting better with the sculpt. They're doing everything, and I think they're still learning. But I think the vintage collection is very much for that older generation, and all those extra little details they put in there. Like I think they have a little bit more care for it. I think that team have a little bit more kind of care than what these guys are. I mean, you take the other wave with all the Jedi's. To be honest, like the whole wave was just reused bodies with different heads, which to me, I've as you TK, I've done cosplay and I've dressed up as Ket Fisto, so I know what his robes look like. I know what his belt looks like. I know what his boots look like, and that's not Ket Fisto's body at all. That's not Plo Koon's body at all, and it's just a bit annoying where they kind of sort of just think, oh yeah, it's just change the colours and it'll go. But I think we didn't even get robes with them either. So I do think Hasbro kind of need to learn from the vintage collection and get their costumes right. For that Jedi wave as well, like the costing was low because they didn't have to do any resculpt bodies, so they could actually put in a couple of robes and all that for each one. Yeah, it did seem rushed. I couldn't when it was announced. I couldn't wait for it, and I didn't pay attention to any of the photos when I come out. I just saw Plo Koon, saw Ket Fisto, and I was like, wow. But once I had them in my hand, I was just like, I love it because it's Ket Fisto, but it was just really annoying that it wasn't the right color. Just everything just wasn't right. He's not even got the right lightsaber. It doesn't even fit on his belt either. It's just, it might as well just be a generic Ket Fisto kind of same species. It's just, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't get where it comes with. I mean, obviously, Plo Koon's, that was a special cutted out, pleated, different robes for Plo Koon. So they went out their way. But I mean, for Ket Fisto, he doesn't really put the hood up. It would look pathetic if they'd done a hood that went all over his tentacles anyway. So just having a normal hooded one that just tucks up underneath, that come with Mace Windu would have worked. You know, Obi-Wan, I think he wears his robe for 90% of the show. Um, you know, they could have chucked one with him. You know, I know Anakin's one slightly, but again, Anakin was a reused body, and to be you look the worst. I think his face sculpt looked awful as well. But you know, they could have put robes with him if they had made robes for Plo Koon. Can't see what the difference is, to be honest. But yeah, I think some of the waves and all that. Yeah, it is terrible, and because Black Series has moved on so much as well. You know, like looking at the new Stormtrooper. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, sometimes I've seen some pictures on Instagram where they've done the filter so good, it actually looks like us guys in the suit. You know, I think it looks that good. But you know, you look at some of the others, and especially that Anakin body, he's just so square. He can't hold his lightsaber together. He just, you know, he just looks awful. It didn't even come with a second lightsaber. Just do the end part. It's kind of like they go, right, bish bash bosh, send that off. Right, we can reuse that body. Bish bash, right, get that out. And I think, I mean, especially this year, I think they've just gone absolutely mental with releases, like recoloring, like the Mando figures that come out. I get it; it's a nice collector thing and stuff like that. But I've seen some pictures of, like, I think it's like the heavy, like just the grey kind of part on there, and the blue just looks really plasticky. It's awful. Hello. Yeah. I think we still got a Gideon to be announced, and the guy that was in Rocky. You know, I still reckon he's still got like a figure to come. I still think the Black Series are still going to get things announced for these Mando Mondays. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, I I, I just think they haven't really got much lines for these Mando. I know they it's pops and all that. It's not just strictly Hasbro, is it? I think it is all different companies and stuff. But you know, as I said before, I think they still got to play catch up with a lot of them. And I missed out on IG-11 as well. So I was kind of thinking of getting the IG-11 credit edition and then sort of repainting him up, because it's easier for anyone to get. Yeah. Well, it just seems everything's exclusives. For us over in the UK, it doesn't really affect us, because we have a few good companies out there like Star Action Figures, In Demand Toys, and stuff like that that actually get everything in. So it doesn't really matter too much if it is. But you know, I can imagine for you guys where the only place you can get them is either on these online of those shops that seem to be very naff, going into the stores as well, and trying to pick them up. Yeah, and agreed, Tom. I think those credit variants just, yeah, I just can't. I think it's NECA done them, you know, where they do those sort of like 2D kind of sort of things like that. I think it'll work really well. But yeah, Hasbro try it, and I don't think they got the skills for it. Yeah, yeah, they do. 'Cause, yeah, the colours are completely off. And Cara Dune, I mean, she was like got turquoise everywhere, and it's all in her hair and all that. Oh, was it? I don't even. I'm not too sure if it's come up for pre-order over here, but I've not checked for it, to be honest. I just kind of I saw it and I was just like, yeah. Do you know what? I've already got enough Mandalorians, and the body sculpt's exactly the same. It's just the head, and the head's not the winner for me. I would have him holding his helmet, to show that face sculpt off, and it just hasn't got it, and it's not worth 30 for me. Just for a head sculpt and a couple little bit of plastic credits. No thanks. And again, it's a plastic cape. Like the backpack's not painted as well. It's just no. I don't know. I think, to be honest, I mean, the way that Hasbro are going, they're like, boop, here's a figure next week. It's on the bloody shelves. So, don't know. Unless they sort of go back and go, yeah, okay, guys, we've got quite a bit of backlash for this. Let's sort this out. But I can't see them really changing the sculpt of it. I think even with paint on it, you can tell by the shape of the face down here. It just doesn't look right. Because I think, is it Bosk Bounty? He already had a 3.75 to look at, which is incredible. Yeah, it's a nice looking figure. I don't know. No point 3.75. Well, I think I still got a few Clone War figures that I need to sell off because I'd rather put them into this collection or into the channel, to be honest. Yeah, he does look awful. He does look like Miss Potato Head. I actually thought he looked like Andre the Giant as well. To be honest, he just looked really really ugly figure, which is a shame because they have been literally killing it recently with head sculpts. Apart from Mannequin, that was awful. But they've really been knocking it out of the park. And I don't think he's really got a hard face like Mark Hamill to copy, which they still haven't got right, in my opinion. But hey ho. But then I'd rather have my Mandalorian helmet on. I think anything that's got a removable helmet, to be honest, they got the helmets on. I used to have Captain Rex with his helmet off, but since I've upgraded him to a Phase 1 helmet, I just keep that on now. And I wonder what the is the 3.75 that's just come out exactly the same as one they're going to get in the Razor Crest. My latest custom, I haven't actually got one. I've got what I call a naked clone trooper up there. I've asked Clone Base Customs for a few things, so I've put an order in from him as well. And I kind of kicked myself because I really want to do a Bomb Squad figure, and I could have done it for Halloween because it was orange. And I sort of thought of it the other day, and I was like, oh, I ain't gonna have time to paint it and release a video in time. So yeah, I could have done R5P8 and the Bomb Squad Clone Trooper for Halloween, but yeah, I completely missed the trick on that one. But at the moment, he's up there. I don't know what he could be. I'm kind of thinking of Killy um, Bomb Squad, Commander Fox Phase One, um, a Phase One Heavy Trooper from Battlefront because that's the guy that I always play as. So yeah, there's quite a few I've still got to go. There's hundreds in my head that I want to do. Yeah, I'd imagine the same body sculpt as well. So yeah, he needs a cloth cape so he can sit down. Um, yeah, hopefully it look pretty cool. Yeah, I do like a challenger. I do like having a challenge for the customs. Um, oh, I can't remember the one I did the other day. Um, blimey. Oh, Jesse, how doing his head on there? Like when I done it the first time, I was, I sort of, oh, blimey, I did it. But I thought I was actually going to have a problem on that one. But I was actually drawing it beforehand, before I went to painting. So I didn't go straight to doing it. I kind of sort of learned how a technique, how I could apply it by brush before doing it. But I looked at Keely. He's not too bad. His armor looks pretty standard. But yeah, it's just doing those ram horns and stuff on the side of his head, which will be a bit difficult task. But yeah. And then I need a new one of these, to be honest, because it's so jam packed of figures now. Uh, I've still got my droid ones down here, and then at the bottom I've got the sequels, which I kind of resent buying, to be honest. Yeah, well, the cocktail sticks when you're doing the customs literally come into to brilliant. To be honest, I picked up some cocktail sticks, and I don't know what it's made of, but it's really thin wood. As soon as I go to do it, they just snap. I need to get some better sort of quality ones at the moment. So I use the scalpel as well to get my positions pretty well. But yeah, but I've still got an R2D2 Bandai kit to make up. I've got a few other sort of 3D printed droids and stuff like that for Droid Factory. So I've still got a lot to go, but it's just work at the moment, and then I have the kids and whatnot. So we sort of bounce back and forth. So it's just trying to get time for the channel. But I still need to make hard case tap um, kicks, especially for the 501st boys. Take care, TK, mate. Nice talking to you. Have a good one. I'll be going off soon as well. So, but yeah. So, kind of deviating from the Mandalorian, that's kind of discussion, but it's just a kind of an excuse just to come on here and talk live, to be honest, and talk to you guys. But it's a bit annoying as well. Like over in the UK, like we're still waiting for the new wave as well with Luke, Lear, and Han, and the Incinerator Trooper and everything as well. So it's a bit of a waiting game over here. So by the time I bring a review to you, probably about 10 years too late, I think. Have you got a new custom anyway, Tom? That you're going to work on? Yeah. I actually thought when I first saw him, he looked really good, but I've seen newer shots of him. I do feel like he's a little bit hand painted. I think that's what I think he looks like. Doesn't look factory painted. It just looks like a custom that someone's painted it up, in my opinion. Oh, nice. Oh, what, the new Camino guy. Do you know, I've not actually played about with that figure. I must admit, I've not really played around, sort of like getting him into positions and stuff like that. But I don't think the sculpt is as good as the new Stormtrooper, in my opinion. The new Stormtrooper, the bands and everything like that, I think he looks fantastic. And obviously the Camino clone looks all right. I really need to do that black trim on the top of his head. So I might actually bring out maybe a painting video of where I might pick about 3 different figures and do like a kind of like a fixing thing. So there's a few there that need paint jobs, in my personal opinion, but we'll have a look at that as well. Yeah. That's very good. Yes. Yeah. And I do think the black line, it definitely improves it. But it's weird because like some of my phase 1 ones, I do remove. If the Comet, I actually removed the black brow in it, and then painted over it. But for some reason, it kind of helps with those ones. But they do have an extra bit of detail. So either sometimes their brow is painted a different color, or like Comet, he had his thing that actually went over the actual brow line. So it kind of took it away from that. But yeah, apart from that, it's all right. But yeah, I do think let's try and get in without knocking everything over. But yeah, I just think like the brow on there, it is missing, and it just takes a lot away from just the figure. I think just the detail, and I think it needs a bit of black on the back as well, just to bring it in. And yeah, I think because of the grey as well, it kind of just looks a bit wishy washy. So yeah, I think I will upgrade him, to be honest. And don't know about weathering. I don't really like weathering the official figures and stuff. So, but I watched your video anyway. The way that you customised him by taking out that bit at the bottom. So yeah, I still need to remove the helmets and have a go at painting the face that I still not done. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it just looks a little bit washed out. I think is the actual word for it. I think because of the grey and then the white, it just needs a bit more black in there to bring him in line. Yeah, they don't see any action. It's like my command of fire hitting the ground. But I've just gone through and upgraded a couple of my older troops. So if you're not, well, you are on Instagram, haven't you? So yeah, with fire, I actually changed his red around a little bit, and I've actually gone through and cut off my old molds. These are still the old molds, so that's why they're a little bit top heavy. I've actually put ribbon inside there, so when I bend them over and bend their knees and stuff, it's not going to get in the way. So I'm actually not missing out on any of the limited articulation on these ones now. So quite chuffed to these. And I'll probably bring a video of these as well, the ones I've sort of upgraded. So I've changed all the Kamara's kind of skirts as well, bring them in line with feel. It's the whole. It's the actual kind of connecting part between the holsters and stuff on there. So they're not rigid on. They're just there. They just sort of sit in place. And all right. I mean, I think these are a little bit top heavy because this is an actual cast I made out of milliput. So I think they're too heavy for the ribbon, so it makes it a little bit sort of a bit leaned out. But apart from that, yeah, they sort of it just fits in there. It's got the look, So I'm not going to sort of waste any kind of articulation. Beforehand, they were actually glued up at the belt. So as soon as I pulled them out a little bit, if the glue's gone, I don't know, a couple of weeks old, it just starts pulling off and snapping. So I thought I'd upgrade those. But yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, clone-based customs, I talked to him quite a bit anyway. I mean, to be honest, I actually used to work with him a few years back. So we do communicate anyway. And yeah, I've said to him beforehand, like, he started doing some of the things, and he was, I think it was my commander Cody, their head was too small. And so I just asked him if he could just increase the size. And he did. And it worked out 10 times better. It looked great. But the holsters and the guns that I got for Phil that I put on there, they're the ones he made. They're very nice and light, stuck to the ribbon really well, and yeah, look pretty cool. But obviously, I don't display them with the holsters in, so I don't know what they would be like if they started flopping around everywhere and stuff like that. So yeah, I think he would get there. He's just, I mean, obviously, he's just sort of like learning, and any feedback you have, like, let him know. So it would just get better, and the price, yeah, is the price is decent, so we'll work together as a collaborate. We can get him pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, yeah. See, I'll never stitch mine. I need just glue it, and I look at the pouches and then I put it in. I've always found that if I put anything else underneath the belt, um, there's just not enough room, so it always sticks out the belt a little bit too much. Yeah. Well, yeah. Once it's around and been elasticated, it's going to be pretty sturdy. I just literally ripped off all of my old Chimeras as well, for the old ones, which was a bit sad. But the fabric I used before, they used to just flare out, and you couldn't really do anything with them. So, but now they're a lot better. Yeah, I've done. I can't really shoot myself. I've got a Captain Rex body, and it's like my guinea pig kind of Rex one. But I butchered his belt for Commander Neo's extra little bits and stuff on his back. So yeah, I've got now a Captain Rex without a belt because I was going to actually make him into a clone trooper. Yeah, but that's what it is. It's just practicing it and just seeing what you can do and getting it done. Yeah, yeah. I've got a box over there. It's just full of stuff, and sometimes I do things before thinking about it. I mean, when I've done the like the Royal Guard, the Black Royal Guard from Force Unleashed, I even though it was a knockoff, I had a knockoff Sand Trooper, and I butchered it up completely, took all his arms off, done it all, and then I forgot that I actually have a knockoff normal stormtrooper, and I don't have any sand troopers, and so I've got rid of the sand trooper, and I've got plenty of Hasbro stormtroopers, and now I also got a Hasbro bootleg stormtrooper. So I completely used the wrong torso and everything for it. I don't know why I've done that. It's just stupid. Yeah, so I need to think before I act as well. Yeah, I don't know. I don't prime my figures, so I think it's each their own. But sometimes it annoys me that sometimes I use a paint and it's exactly the same paint, but it applies differently. Um, it's like when I did the Captain Rex 182nd sort of Legion Trooper, because of the paint on the helmet, because it's a different plastic, it just kind of affected it really badly. It kept going see through, and it looks really sort of manky and a bit horrible. Really, definitely one of my kind of fails, I think. Hello, David, mate. You all right? What did you think of the? Oh my god, I can't even talk. The Mandalorian. Yeah, it is all a bit sort of weird. But then sometimes I think it might be the paints I use. Sometimes they're a lot watery, and other times they're quite thick. So I really don't, still can't get the actual idea of the texture of those paints. Every time I bought a white and it's perfect, it would just apply to everything. And I bought another white from Amazon, exactly the same. It's just watery, it just doesn't even cover anything. I have to do about 4 layers on it. But obviously, then I start losing the detail. Yeah, it's definitely a good start to the new season. It's good. It's just a shame all the other episodes are going to be only 30 minutes long rather than near enough an hour. Yeah. Well, apparently R5 did it on purpose, so R2D2 could go with him rather than him. I don't know how much that story was true, but it's quite nice. Although, I mean, how many years we're talking about? Sort of about 10 years later, it still had the mark on there that he hasn't been cleaned from when his motivator went off. Yeah, normally what I do if I'm only using a little bit, I get the pot, give it a really good shake, and then just use what's landed into the lid, and then that's the way I normally paint. To be honest, yeah, 50 minutes it was good, uh, and even rewatching it as well, it actually feels about 30 minutes when you watch it. It goes really quickly as well. It's well paced and done really nicely. But the effects and all that in it as well, like I think top notch, done really well. Oh, I don't, Josh. What, another Mandalorian? We're going to end up with about five of them, all just slightly, well, all exactly the same sculpt, but with a different cape. Yeah, I think I watched it um, three times already. Watching it the other day, but I think if I watched it with my missus, she would turn it straight off. Yeah, it is. It's just got all the different kind of sort of all the aliens and all that. It feels very Star Warsy, apart from the just the music. Yeah, yeah, the pod race. It was definitely Anakin's pod race. Even like the sound as it went past was pretty cool. It just seems weird though. I mean, it's like a massive, diverse universe, and I know I get all these Easter eggs and little things like that, but it's just like literally anything of Anakin's and was left behind was kind of used. Yeah, actually, yeah, I saw that actually the other day. I was on my second viewing. Just as it's all like it was driving off, I saw the screen sort of like shrink down and all that. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it was cool. Well, I can't see why they couldn't just do the bantha and the grenades in the first place rather than doing it the other way they done it. I suppose it would be only be 30 minutes long rather than 50. I suppose. But it's quite cool to see the Crate Dragon and its bones and stuff as well as they were sort of butchering it at the end. So I guess that's another Crate Dragon to add to the remains. Yeah. All right. No, I haven't actually managed to get out. I think about 3 weeks ago I went to a Smith store, and that's where I got the Snow Trooper from. And I was kind of umming and ahhing whether to get the Ewok at the time, because I needed to get payday first. But yeah, there's just nothing out there. The only way you can do any kind of sort of toy hunting and whatnot is online, and there's nothing really around. Um, Asda's ain't got anything, even like the home bargains and stuff like that. They don't have anything anymore. I popped in there today actually to see if they had anything, but just literally, it's just nowhere to go. So, and now the entertainer and everything's going to be locking down because we're going down into another lockdown. So, yeah, we ain't going to be able to do anything. Yeah, I'm still really I'm in an ahhing from that wave whether to get the new Darth Vader or just I've got like the New Hope one, and I've done a custom of the New Hope I tucked all like the robes underneath, painted his eyes, painted all the different numbers and all that on there, and that's the one I always use for my Instagram pictures and stuff as well. But the new one's kind of growing on me because the helmet's really sort of like shiny, and he's got the butterfly elbow, like the shoulders and stuff as well. So yeah, I mean the Lego and all that, but Lego's just really expensive. Others put it into Black Series now than giving Lego so much money just for 40 quid. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, if you get discount, it's not too bad, is it? Pretty cool. But I don't know. I even think some of the Lego stuff they're bringing out, it's just I think they kind of lost their pacing as well. They got that Mandalorian kind of kit, but it was just like weird Mandalorians. The 501st kind of pack was pretty cool, but the Razor Quest just looks a bit weird. They brought out another Anakin Skywalker's yellow ship again, which to me just I think it was only a couple of years since they brought out the other one, so it just seems weird that they brought out another one. So yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, we were talking about the Razor Crest earlier. I just think it's a bit weird that they get to another stage, and one of the latest stages that we're going to paint it. Like, just surely it was just that was going to be painted anyway. Like the first time you get it, like it just seems weird to get it and then number one paint job, two figure, three things that you get in it for. But it just seems weird that the one that's down the line is like we're going to paint it for you. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, and I think the old one looks exactly the same as the newer one as well. So yeah, I think the Obi-Wan show is going to be really good. But it keeps getting delayed, unfortunately, doesn't it? But I'm quite interested as well to see what the Marvel ones are going to be like as well. I think they're going to be pretty cool. No, I'm not going to be buying them Razor Crest. Obviously, it's 3.75, and I will have nowhere to put it as well. So yeah, I'll leave that for someone else out there. Yeah, I, it does look cool. It is a great, and I love that new stand that they got for it. Looks pretty cool as well. So it's not going to be sort of just a big lump of plastic on the side, but it looks pretty cool. And the free pack, yeah, they look really good as well. But obviously there is a new kind of rumor coming out. They're going to get some ARC troopers for the Black Series as well. So I think they're going to just start dropping as well now. They're going to be deluxe figures, which I think I even said a couple of weeks ago. That's what's going to happen, I think. So yeah, yeah, that's what I saw. Was it yesterday or today? But I think I even mentioned it in a post or something the other week. That I would imagine that's what they're going to do. Yeah, Looks excellent. I don't know. I think it's gonna be massive. It's gonna be about the size of my ironing board, isn't it? It's gonna be, like it's just huge. Unless it comes with like a wall mount, we can actually have them displayed. Yeah, they'll probably come out as exclusives for the Bad Batch. Yeah, I just maybe it might come with a bit more, like maybe upscaled versions of those three packs. They will have removable helmets to display them, gun like twin guns. I don't know what else they got. I mean, they got all the extra kind of sort of things on the wrist rockets, and they maybe a few grenades and whatnot. Hopefully they're going to look a little bit better, and hopefully they still go for a realistic look as well. So rather than sort of because I've seen a few customs out there where they do the kind of cartoony kind of look like Donald Duck's got a helmet on. So hopefully they go for like the more realistic kind of look on those as well. Yeah. So yeah, you would have a backpack on it, and yeah, maybe it come with a few kind of effects, a bit like the Stormtrooper did. A few shooting effects and stuff because I haven't brought many of those out either for a while. Hopefully, they just don't bring them all out at the same time. Yeah, yeah. I think it would definitely have the Phase Two helmet and the thing like that. It wouldn't really make sense for Phase One because obviously they um, weren't ARC troopers until sort of very late on. Yeah, but the way Hasbro going at the moment, I think they're just going to literally just release everything going. I think like they seem to just keep dropping everything at the moment, even though there is a pandemic going on. You know, there doesn't seem to be sort of phasing them at all, even in production wise. I think. I've not watched the Clone Troopers, like Clone Wars, for a little while to see that. And yeah, whether they do them all though, I can't imagine them doing a. Well, I suppose they would do a Jesse, wouldn't they? But because of the new series and stuff like that. Yeah. Whether they put that effort in or not, though, is what we were talking about earlier, though, wasn't it? About the robes and everything like that. But I don't think I've got any room for the clones. Yeah, well, we would buy it, wouldn't we? We bought the Jedi Wave and stuff like that, which is just completely reused bodies. I mean, they did bring out the Captain Rex body, which was fantastic. And then they kind of brought out of all the others that went backwards, and they went, even with Commander Fox, the elbow joints and stuff like that. Even if it was a different torso than the Captain Rex because it had the mold marks, but they went back to the other ones, which was just awful. But gonna leave it there. So I need to get up for work in the morning, and Tom, you can catch up with me. Even send me a message on Instagram, and that goes for everyone out there. My description is down below in the actual link as well, and you can comment and subscribe. And until next time, take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.